Hey everybody, Coach Dwight here at Patriot Jiu-Jitsu. I am feeling fantastic because I finally got to spar yesterday without my brace on. It was with a bunch of kids under the age of 12, but still I was able to move and remain relatively injury-free. So I've made this video to share with you all 5 of the exercises that I've been using to get back on track and into very light sparring. Please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel if you are enjoying our content. If you are not, then simply walk away from your computer. At an instructor course for Bomberito Performance Systems, a really great instructor once taught me that when you're trying to regain a motion like walking or running in a forward motion, moving backwards is often going to be the best way to safely redevelop those muscles and those actions. So a couple of these exercises that we're going to start with are going to be in a backwards motion. Okay, so all I'm going to do, and this is really just to warm up the knee and test the knee a little bit, I'm going to take a foot and put it right down behind my leg, and I'm going to sit sort of into like a quarter squat. The lower I can get, the better. I'm trying to reach my heel to the ground and keep a good stretch in my ankle. Okay, I don't want to put a lot of weight into my heel though. I want to keep most of my weight on the balls of my feet. Then I'll take a couple steps and I'll go into my other leg. Okay, again, sitting as low as I can. You can see that that knee is much better equipped to absorb the weight right now. And then as an additional sort of like in-between correctives exercise, if I'm walking back or moving back to the front, I'm just going to go through my ankle series like we talked about in that last video. Okay, now next level of advancement, I'm going to bring both heels off of the ground and I'm going to balance on the balls of my feet and get in that quarter squat. You can put your hands on your hips so that you avoid any kind of like excess movement. And I'm going to reach one foot back, I'm going to bring my feet together, and then reach that next leg back together. So I'm really working on getting that knee to slowly absorb and redirect force without the shearing forces pushing my knee into a forward motion or bend too quickly. All right, again. Nice, easy walk back. Okay, and then if we want to make it a little bit more advanced, then we can go onto the balls of our feet and we can reach a little further, or we can even do just a light hop and bring the feet back together. And this is going to be a really important thing for us to do if we want to reintroduce running, jogging, or jiu-jitsu. This next exercise that we're going to be working on, 2 exercises actually, are going to be to introduce balance and stability into our movements. All right, so I'm going to start right here. Again, hands on your hips to avoid excess movement or trying to balance. Okay, I'm going to start with a straight leg raise. So I'm going to plant into my heel that's on the ground. I'm going to straighten my leg and lift. I'll do 2, 3 on each side. Again, I'm trying to keep this leg nice and straight, but I can alternate to my other side. Normally, I'll try to do anywhere between 4 to 10 of these in a row. In this next exercise, we're going to practice almost the same as the last exercise, but this time we're going to be bringing our knee up and moving into sort of the top of a sprint position. So, and with this one, you can keep your arms on your hips, or as you get more advanced, you can start working into moving your arms, but we'll keep it really simple here. We'll go hands on our hips. So I'm going to take a step, I'm going to drive my knee up with my ankle underneath my knee, just as if I'm reaching the top of that sprint position. Driving off that back leg. Again, I can do 4 on one side, and then 4 on the other side. And again, I'm really emphasizing holding the end of the range of movement. So I don't want to move through these quickly. I want my muscles to be able to feel, contract, balance, and learn to do the right thing in the right order. For the last 2 exercises, I'm going to be incorporating bands, and I just saved these 2 for last just because I wanted to be able to talk about them last, not because I prefer any specific order. Actually, typically, I like to work on my ankles first. So let's get started. One of the exercises that I do very regularly is this ankle series. Again, you can do it without the band or you can do it with the band, but here today I'm going to do it with the band. I've done a couple of videos before in the past where I did the regular ankle series, so make sure you go and check those out if you're interested in learning more about the ankle series. So I'm going to have a band underneath the balls of my feet. Okay, I'm looking to really dorsiflex my ankle. I'm bringing my toes up, trying to point towards my knee. Then I'm going to press down into the mat and then come back up. And this way, this adds a little bit of varying resistance on that dorsiflexion. Make sure that band is right underneath the balls of your feet so you don't have it slipping or sliding. You can do this laying on the ground too, supine. Great exercise for ankle mobilization and quad strength. So this next series that we're going to be working on, I just call it my banded hip walking series. And so a couple of things you want to make sure of is that the band isn't like rolled up or anything like that. So you can see I've got kind of like a nice good flat stretch here. That way it's not rolling up and down my legs. You'll also notice that I have the band above my knees. That's because I had ACL surgery about 8 weeks ago. And so I don't want to be putting a lot of strain on my lower legs. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that my abs are nice and tight. I have a good walking position. Okay, I have my chest stretched. My back muscles are contracted. And I'm going to take a step and I want to keep space between my legs this whole time. I'm trying to walk with really straight legs. Okay, you can walk 10 meters, 20 meters, 30 meters. Then we'll reverse the motion, walking backwards. I'm still keeping my hips long. I'm trying not to let my chest drop or my hips bend too much. And then lastly, and the most fun, we're going to move in a sideways motion. All right, so I'm going to reach my foot out. Again, I'm not allowing my feet to come together on the inside of my hips. I call that the bowling pin position, when people stand with their feet too close together, and that can put a lot of stress on the hips as far as them not being able to do what they're equipped for. And come back this way. These exercises, if done correctly, will help you develop a lot of glute strength, and glute strength will help you be able to have a lot more mobility when you're on your feet. So I find all of these really important, and again, these exercises, I recommend that if you choose to do them, don't forget to check with your doctor and physiotherapist. But if you choose to introduce these exercises, make sure that you are doing them regularly, as long as they're not causing pain, inflammation, or any kind of swelling.